in this question you are given that 300 gram of 25% W by W solution is mixed with 400 gram of 40% W by W mixture, and you are asked the mass percentage of the resulting solution. So for that, first of all, here we will write 25% W by W solution. At another side we will write 40% W by W solution. Now here we will write a meaning of the percentage W by W solution. It means in 100 gram of solution, 25 gram of solute is dissolved. So how much in 300 gram, because you are given that 300 gram of 25% W by W solution. So that in 300 gram of solution, how much mass of solute is dissolved? So that answer is 300 multiplied by 25 divided by 100. And your answer is 75 gram. Similarly, here we can write in 100 gram of solution, 40 gram of solute is dissolved. So in 400 gram, here you are given that the mass of solution is 400 gram. Solution will be how much? So it will be 400 multiplied by 40 divided by 100. So answer is 160 gram. So here total mass of solute will be 75 gram and 160, and total is 235 gram. Similarly, the total mass of solution, it will be 300 plus 400. So total mass is 700 gram. And now if we apply the formula of percentage W by W, that is mass of solute divided by mass of solution, both are in gram, and multiplied by 100. So mass of solute is 235 multiplied by 100, and it is divided by 700. So that the overall our answer is 33.57%. Next question. An antifreeze solution is prepared from 2 to 2.6 gram of ethylene glycol and 200 gram of water. Then you are asked the molality, and then density is given to you, and molarity is also asked. So first of all, we can calculate the molality by using this formula. It is mass of solute, generally it is taken in gram, multiplied by 1000 divided by molecular mass of solute, and it is divided by mass of solvent, and at numerator 1000 is taken, so it will be taken in a gram. So next is mass of solute, it is 2 to 2.6 gram, 1000, 200 gram, and the molecular mass of ethylene glycol is 62. So by dividation we are getting the answer 17.95 molal. Now we are taking the relation between molality and molarity, and it is 1 by molarity equals 1 by density into bracket molecular mass of solute divided by 1000 plus 1 upon molality. So 1 by molarity equals 1 by density, and it is given to you 1.072. Molecular mass of solute 62 divided by 1000 plus 1 by molality, and it is 17.95, which is calculated. So overall it will be 0.062 plus reciprocal of 17.95, it is 0.0557, and it is divided by 1.072. So 1 by molarity equals 0.1098, and the reciprocal of this value will be our molarity, and it will be 9.11 molar. A sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with the chloroform, supposed to be a carcinogen. The level of the contamination was 15 ppm by mass. So you are asked the percentage by mass, means you are asked percentage W by W. It has a formula: mass of solute divided by mass of solution. Both of the masses are in gram, and it is multiplied by 100. Now ppm has formula: mass of solute in gram, mass of solution also in gram, and it is multiplied by 10 raised to 6. So if we take 10 raised to 2 and these two terms, then here we can write percentage W by W, and 10 raised to 2 is removed from 10 raised to 6, so it will be 10 raised to 4. So percentage W by W easily being calculated by the formula percentage W by W equals ppm into 10 raised to minus 4. ppm is 15 into 10 raised to minus 4. So this is our answer. Next, same question is given, and the question number 2 is determine the molality of the chloroform, and again ppm is given by mass. So ppm is given by mass, so the meaning of ppm we have written, and here we can say that in 10 raised to 6 gram of solution, 15 gram of chloroform is present. So this will be mass of solute, and if we subtract 15 from 10 raised to 6, so the difference will be negligible, because 10 raised to 6 means 10 lakhs, and from 10 lakhs if we subtract 15, so the change will be negligible. So 10 raised to 6 will be taken. So the formula of molality is mass of solute, it is multiplied by 1000, mass of solute is in gram, divided by molecular mass of solute, and it is multiplied by mass of solvent, and here it is equal to mass of solution. So 15,000 mass of solvent, 10 lakhs, it is 119.5. So by division we are getting the value 0.000126 molar, and this is our answer. in this question you are asked that whenever temperature is increased at that time, what is the effect of the solubility of gas in a liquid. So suppose here one liquid is taken and here we have taken a gas which we want to be dissolved in it. Okay, and now whenever temperature is increased, so at that time the kinetic energy of the gaseous molecules as well as liquid molecules will increase. So at that time the gaseous molecules will escape out from the solution and it shows the low solubility at high temperature. That means at high temperature we can say that solubility of gas which will decrease. Now in this question you are asked then what is the state the Henry's law and the mention some important applications. So Henry's law is at constant temperature the pressure of gas over a solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the gas dissolved in the solution. So thus we can write the formula P equals KH into mole fraction of gas. This P is the pressure of gas, KH is Henry's constant, and Xg is a mole fraction of gas. Now you are asked the applications of Henry's law. So first application is it is used in a soft drinks. Okay, so to make the soft drink bottles more and more rich in CO2, sealing of the bottle is done at high pressure. Second thing, deep sea divers use helium and oxygen mixture for the respiration in place of the nitrogen and oxygen. So sea divers are using this helium oxygen mixture containing cylinders. So these are the applications of the Henry's law. Next question. Now in this question you are given that the partial pressure of ethane over a solution containing 6.56 into 10 raised to minus 3 gram of ethane is 1 bar. Means P is 1 bar. So according to Henry's law we can write a simple formula, and that is mass equals KH multiplied by partial pressure. So here we can write 6.56 into 10 raised to minus 3 equals KH into 1 because P is 1 bar. Thus KH equals 6.56 into 10 raised to minus 3. Now here you are asked that if we take
the mass of ethane into the solution is 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 gram, then what will be the partial pressure of the gas? So again we will apply same formula, mass equals kh into p, and now this time you are asked the p, so that mass upon kh value. So mass is given 5 into 10 raised to minus 2, and kh for any gas is always constant, and that is calculated by us. So by division we will get the value 7.62 bar. In this question you are asked the meaning of positive and negative deviation from Raoult's law, and how the sign of delta H mixture and is related to positive and negative deviation from the Raoult's law. See, first of all, according to Raoult's law, when any solution is an ideal, at that time the graph vapor pressure versus mole fraction must be a straight line like this. All these lines must be a straight line, but whenever positive or negative deviation is occurred, at that time straight line is not obtained. So now here we will study this point by the graphical method. So according to Raoult's law, in an ideal solution all the lines must be straight in a graph. But whenever due to some phenomenon straight lines are not obtained, so in a positive deviation all the lines will be upper side like this, and in a negative deviation all the lines will be like a downward. Now in a positive deviation the interaction force of attraction between AB is lower than AA interaction and BB interaction. Here A and B are the two liquids which are mixed together, which show the positive and negative deviation. Similarly here the force of attraction between AB and AA and BB. So force of attraction will be higher in AB. Next, in a positive deviation, PA is greater than P0A XA and PB is greater than P0B XB. That's why P total is higher than sum of P0A XA and P0B XB. Similarly, here PA is less than P0A XA and PB is less than P0B XB. That's why here P total will be less than the sum of P0A XA plus P0B XB. Next, here for positive deviation delta H mixing is greater than 0 and in negative deviation delta H mixing is less than 0. Means here reaction is an endothermic and here reaction is an exothermic. Next, similarly, in positive deviation, delta V mixing volume change is greater than 0 and here delta V mixing is less than 0. Next, now we are taking the examples. First is water and ethanol. This mixture shows positive deviation, chloroform and water. Next is ethanol and CCl4. Next is methanol and chloroform. Benzene and methanol. Acetic acid and toluene. Acetone and ethanol. And methanol and water. So all these mixtures show the positive deviation. Similarly here the examples are chloroform and acetone, chloroform and methyl acetate, water and HCl, water and HNO3, acetic acid and pyridine, chloroform and benzene. So all these mixtures show the negative deviation. Now in this question you are given 2% non-volatile solute containing solution and it exerts a vapor pressure 1.004 bar at the normal boiling point of the solvent. So what will be the molar mass of solute? See, P0A is 1.013 bar at normal boiling point of water. This is the atmospheric pressure. And PA is given to you, that is 1.004 bar. Now, according to Raoult's law, formula is P10 minus P1 upon P10 equals X of solute. That is N2 upon N1 plus N2. Now, generally Raoult's law is applicable only for the very dilute solution. Means N2 is far less than N1. So at that time N1 and N2, this sum is near about N1. Okay, so finally we are getting the formula P10 minus P1 upon P10. Now we are elaborating the number of moles of solute, that is mass of solute upon molecular mass of solute, and then number of moles of solvent, that is mass of solvent upon molecular mass of solvent. So now we will apply this formula. Here we are getting P10, that is 1.013 minus 1.004 and it is divided by 1.013. Here you are given 2% solution. So 2% W by W solution, aqueous solution. It means 100 gram of solution contains 2 gram of solute. So that here the mass of solvent will be subsection of 102. So the mass of solvent is 100 minus 2, that is 98 grams. So mass of solute is 2, molecular mass of solvent water, that is 18. Here W1 is 98 and you are asked M2. So that by calculation we are getting the value of M2 is 41.35 gram per mole. Now in this question, heptane and octane, which are forming an ideal solution. So at 373 Kelvin, both have the vapor pressures which are given 105.2 kilopascal and 46.8 kilopascal. So what will be the vapor pressure of the mixture containing 26 gram of heptane and 35 gram of heptane? So first of all, heptane has formula C7 and it's an alkane, so CnH2n plus 2, so it will be C7H16 and octane C8H18. That's why both have molecular masses. For heptane it is 100 gram per mole and for octane it is 114 gram per mole. So masses are given to you, so we can calculate the number of moles. So here we will calculate number of moles of heptane and number of moles of octane. So it will be 26 by 100 and here 35 by 114. By calculation we are getting here 0.26 grams and here we are getting 0.307 moles. Now based on it we can calculate the mole fraction of heptane and the mole fraction of octane. So it will be moles of heptane upon total number of moles, that is 765, and by division we are getting 0.45, and here it will be 1 minus mole fraction of heptane, it will be 1 minus 0.45, so it will be 0.55, and then we will apply the Raoult's law, that is P total equals P0 heptane mole fraction of heptane, P0 octane mole fraction of octane. P0 heptane is given to you 105.2 and it is multiplied by 0.45. Similarly here 46.8 multiplied by 0.55, and by multiplication and then addition here we are getting 73.01, unit is same, 73.01 kilopascal. Now in this question you are given the vapor pressure of water is 12.33 kilopascal and you are asked the vapor pressure of 1 molar aqueous solution of a non-volatile solute in it. So first of all we have to write the meaning of 1 molar solution. So 1 molar solution means in 1000 gram of solvent, and here solvent is the water. 1 mole of solute is present. It means the solution is 1 molar. So based on this mass of solvent, we can calculate the number of moles of solvent, and it is 1000 divided by 18, so it is 55.55, and this one is directly we can take the number of moles of solute. Now here also Raoult's law is applied. So according to Raoult's law, formula is PH2O equals P0H2O into mole fraction of H2O. So P0H2O is given to you 12.3 kilopascal, and mole fraction of water can be calculated. So mole fraction of water is number of moles of solvent upon N total, that is the number of moles of solute and solvent. So N solvent is 55.55, and then sum of 55.55 and 1, it is 56.55. So division is 0.98, so simply it is multiplied by 0.98 and to give the answer 12.05 kilopascal.